Oh, it would be so great if all the people would be the same. However, if would be the same, do we really need managers? When we are working with people and trying to do everything to motivate them do the great work, we need to understand two things. First, people do have private life outside of the office. And even if we are calling each other professionals, they're taking private life to the office and the problems from the office to their private life. For example, if people, for some reason, working long hours or overworking or spending too much energy in the office, that can cause problems with their relationship with their family or close ones. If they're fighting about this with their close one at home, they get moody and getting back to the office. When they are moody in the office, that can cause more problems and conflict with other people, which they bring back to home, and then it brings even more conflict there, and then it goes round and round and round. Second, people do have their own previous experience. That can come from their childhood, working in previous company, or even working in the same company but in another team. They will act based on what they lived through, and that can be super different experience from what you have in your team. On top of that, you can add cultural or religious context. People from different cultural contexts can react on things totally different, which can cause misunderstanding or even conflicts. And the third, you will work based on your point of view of the world. Yes, everything told before applies even to you. In a previous video, we were talking about a manager who failed on working with personal values. Though there are way more values around, that can be personal values, team values, company values, your personal values, and so on. Understanding these values are very important to understand what is the driving force for your employees, or even understanding yourself and how you see other people.
So nerdy.
First, personal values. Personal values are something what we believe in. These are the values which motivate us to do or not to do something. They are built through our life experience or through our interaction with other people. Some people can be motivated by compensation because they have couple of people who rely on them, or they got financial goal which they want to achieve. In the previous video we were speaking about engineering manager Bob, whose value was compensation, and this value was ignored by their manager. Bob had no problem to invest more time than it was required to achieve financial benefit, though he was super demotivated when this value was ignored by his manager. Some other people can be motivated by strong feeling of the ownership, and it's very hard for them to let somebody else to work on something they are responsible for, or sometimes it demotivates when decisions are made without them. Other people have their driving value, their family, time spent with their kids, their friends, and other stuff. So they're not motivated that much by their career, and they are more motivated to keep their work-life balance. There are tons of different values, and this is super important to understand what are the values of each of your report, because that will help you to better understand how to work with them. Second, your team values. Your team is unique as people in it. Because of unique flavor of personal values, your team will value different things. Some of the teams will all about making mistakes and learning from them, but other teams can be concentrated on delivering high quality code with a lot of testing, super stable, super slow, but without alerts. Some teams will be focused on growth and scale, then other teams can be focused on delivering more value with less people. Value of the team will set a theme how your people will behave. Third, your company values. Companies tend to represent their values in their cultures. You probably heard how Facebook was motivated by move fast, break things. That set whole direction of one of the most innovative company and built their engineering culture around this. To be honest, that became an era of the many companies in the valley when they were delivering a lot of features without taking care about quality. Most of these products were poorly tested and sometimes causing financial loss or sometimes injured people or even a losing life of people. Hey Uber, it's very important to organize work of the people or the teams you are working with and to take into account these company values, because in other case it can cause a conflict from what your company wants you to do and what your team is doing. Your own values. Want you or not, but your personal values will impact your management styles and the way how you interact interact with the people. That will impact everything, starting from how you are interacting with stakeholders, or how you evaluate performance, or hiring people into your organization. For example, let's imagine the situation when you're trying to handle the conflict between two engineers who everyone got their own solution, but they cannot find consensus on how to implement feature. If you're a strong believer in effectiveness and technical excellence, you will check both of the solutions and select what from your experience seems to be the best one. If you are a strong believer that the main goal is for the team to be on the same page, you will sit with engineers in the rooms, you will facilitate the discussion, listen to pros and cons, negotiate with them, and will make sure that the right solution is selected or they found middle ground. In both of these cases, technical solution selected can be a very different solutions. And guess what? There is no right solution. Solution selected will be driven by your own personal values. Values are the great way to understand what is the most important for every person in your daily life. Understanding them via cultural documents, one-on-ones, conversations, comments in the documents, and just a normal daily working life will help you to plan and make the most effective solutions for your team. And yeah, always remember, you're not working with some function in the code or in a row in Excel sheet. You're working with the most complex and unique system people know, with people themselves actually. And that's what making this profession so hard and fun to do. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, put a comment, and see you in 2 weeks.
So nerdy.